What is up, legends? We are back, and it's almost time for Akuma, y'all. So that's what we're gonna talk about today, because I got a bunch of questions, and I don't know where they came from because all the questions kind of died down, and we was kind of chill. I was getting like maybe 20 DMs a day, which like when this game first came out, yo, my thing is straight on Discord 99 all the time. I was like, bruh, but content creator, you got to deal with it. Like, you put yourself out there, and like I've been covering the game for so long, and I have people from all walks of life just come in and asking questions, and you can't just be like, you can't do that. People, and I'm always gonna answer questions regardless of stuff, and it died down. But now today there's a whole rash of should I summon on Akuma? So that's what the video is going to be about. Now, I'll put it in the description. I put a kind of a comparison of what Akuma was back in Scion and what he compared to Monster Hunter Ken and Shiju. And I still will say that Monster Hunter Ken, even though you can't get him anymore right now, is a better PvE carry overall than Akuma, because Akuma has weaknesses, and we're going to talk about that. Now, what people don't realize is that when characters are coming from the other versions, they aren't changing what the character's skills are. What they're changing is the passives and how the characters are used, or maybe even the element, like say like in Street Poison is, but they don't actually change the moves or what the character does. So we already know what the moves are, because thankfully I just went completely. Thankfully, they got homie right here just for you to see it, and he's doing all his moves from seeing all of them. So we're gonna talk about them, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in and not fight, basically, and just let him do it, and then cancel it before he kills me. All right, so we're gonna do this, and we are gonna go down. So, I need to cut this off. Just let him go ahead. All right, so his normal attack is that's the flip kick, or the demon flip right there. And he has a combo 1, which is the fireball, which is that. Raging Demon 2 right there. All right, before he kills everybody. So fireball. What that essentially does is that is his first attack, and it was Awakening. We don't know if it's going to be Awakening in global. That is his combo 1 is red fireball, and it does fire damage debuff to you, and it hits really hard, as you can see, like one shot Makoto basically. So he hits really hard with it. It's like everything he does hits hard, by the way. He has his flip, which is his normal, where he jumps up into air and comes down. He can actually jump over attacks with that, so just keep that in mind. His second, which is what he did, was his normal Raging Demon. That's his second combo, and what that does is that'll also will rekindle the S1, the combo 1. If you have a combo 1 fire stack on the enemy, his combo 2 will rekindle that, so it'll keep the fire debuff going and add 1 stack to it. I'm not sure if we're going to actually get to see the big Raging Demon. I might not live long enough for that. And that's his special right there, which is his dragon uppercut right there. That's his special move that he does. Now you see that doesn't have a lot of range on it. It hits very hard. Very hard. It has big nuke potential, but he doesn't get a lot of range on that. So if you're looking for somebody to like push or something like that, he's not going to push that much when it comes to that move. So just keep that in mind, that if you want to like a big nuke, big hit on boss, which is like why I told you guys before, he is a boss character. Basically, he is meant to fight boss characters. Not so much PvE content as far as pushing through missions and story and stuff like that. There's just better characters to do that. We got Guile and Sea Viper already to do that type of stuff. Even Mad Ryu does a better job as far as being able to handle multiple content, because Mad Ryu has that fireball, and then the Hadouken spam. What Akuma is especially for, he has 2 key things that he is super good at. big time nuking, damage over time, and his Raging Demon has the opportunity, the second and third one, to chase whoever is the weakest target on the team. So whoever is low health, he'll basically delete them. Or if it's a boss, he'll go after the boss and do like a big nuke. Now, the third Raging Demon, which I'm probably not even going to live long enough to be able to show you guys this, but the third one, which is his third skill, which is what's the second Raging Demon right here. What that essentially does is it's a big hit, and based on the number of so based on the number of fire debuffs, I don't know why I couldn't get that out. He will basically do extra damage. I think it's extra 10% every fire debuff, and which is one of the reasons why he's a good combo carry with other people who do fire debuffs, because the more damage that is on that, the higher damage is going to do. And he's actually inflicting it during this fight right now. You just obviously, if you don't know what his kit is, you don't know that he's actually doing it, but he is doing those things right now. So it doesn't look like, at least fighting him, he's doing anything that much different. And you see he does have the buff right there, and let me cancel that before he kills the whole team. He hits like a truck in this, but he does have the demon buff on him right now, and the demon buff is extra damage on top of that. So I don't think I'm gonna live long enough to show you the big Raging Demon, but that one is, of course, according to whatever he has as far as fire debuffs. Now, the interesting thing about what they do when they bring these characters over is they always juice them. And I already see one thing that's different is that his Raging Demon debuff that appears on the top of his head is faster than what it is in Scion. Scion, you have to earn that, but he's just straight getting these stacks like right away. You're gonna see it on the top. Look at the top up there when he starts doing his specials. See, there's 1, 2. He got 2 stacks already. 3 stacks. He's about to just delete. He's about to just end Elena's life with those stacks already. So that is already a difference right there that I see, that he's getting those stacks. That's like round 1 stacks, by the way, that he's doing all that, and that's amazing. That's amazing, and that's the cool thing that I like to see, that type of stuff. Now, we don't know if they're just gonna make that boss, but that's probably what he's gonna do when we get him. That he's gonna have those stacks right away and just straight up have like 30-40% damage, like round 1. When you have to like earn that in China and global, he probably just gonna just nuke somebody. Again, we're just looking at the character right now and what he's actually doing, but that seems pretty nice right now. It seems pretty nice, and again, that's not what he has in China. It's better. It's just better. That's the same type of thing with Bison, that dealing with Bison basically, he has the same moves. They didn't change any of his moves basically, but what they did is they took his awakening and put his awakening in his base part of his kit. So he just, from like just having an A version of Bison, he has his level 5 awakening from China just straight up from jump, which you can just scale and get back up, which immediately makes him like OP basically. And then on top of that, he has all the extra damage modifiers on the rest of his skills that he didn't have in China, which again, better. Same type of thing with Monster Hunter Ken. Monster Hunter Ken, they literally didn't change anything with Monster Hunter Ken basically, but made him faster. And he inflicts his stuff, and he doesn't have to do all the chores that you have to do in China, so that's made him better. And it looks like the same type of thing is happening with Akuma. You don't have to do the same things that you watch me do when you see me play in China, like all of that stuff, all of that ramp up. He literally just did it. Like, just straight up did it. And then didn't have to do any of that ramp up. So that's better. That's automatically better. That's GG right there if he's just going to be doing that round 1. Which is what I expected, because that's kind of like they just take the characters over and just I have not seen a case of a character being worse. and the comparison to the two versions. I haven't seen a character worse yet. Even Dan, who I think is trash in this game, he's not worse. He's actually better, but compared to everybody else, he's not that great. But you get the gist of what I'm saying. I think this character is going to be lit, just because the combo system is better for global. And he's going to be worth actually using, and he's going to be a nuke. Again, he's not going to be that great for when you want to go into missions. When you're going to the challenge and doing all this type of stuff, he's not going to be for this. So whatever you're doing right here to push content, just keep doing it, because Akuma is going to be good, but you have better characters to do that. You have Guile, you have Sea Viper, again, you have Bison. There's no reason to not use Bison. Bison is still going to be the dude to just use to go through this. And Beast Zan, there's no reason to use Akuma for that. However, stuff like effigy and like bosses and stuff like that, and then PvP, because Akuma backlines with the Raging Demon, whoever is going to be weak, what you can do, nice nasty setup, what you can do in PvP is you can use Chun-Li's AoE or Sea Viper or Cammy or Guy, and you can backline somebody, preferably not Bison, because you're going to get yourself killed. And then use the 2 or the 3 with Akuma and have him backline and delete somebody, basically. GG, yo, PvP. You're just going to be wrecking people. And draft is going to suck faces somebody with Akuma and draft, because anybody who's weak in backline is automatically dead. They're just dead. Goodbye to whoever you have in the back, and heaven forbid it's like your healer, if Elena or Rose pop out there, because they're going to die too. So that's my opinion on stuff, using the stuff from global side. I didn't want to use anything from China, because I think that the way that he is and the Shadow Lucidity is probably what we're going to get. And I thought when I saw him originally last week, when I was like, why he have those stacks so fast? And I said in my head, but I just killed him and just went on what I was doing. But him having those stacks fast, I really, really hope that that's that we're going to get, because that's amazing. That is definitely amazing. In fact, if they take away the fire damage, which I don't think they will, but if they take away the fire damage and he just automatically has those stacks right there, that's great. That's great. I don't think they're going to take away the fire damage, by the way. We don't know what they're going to do, but I don't think they do it, because the red fireball still does the fire damage. But you die so fast, I can't see if the fire damage is happening with the Raging Demon on the second one. So there's no way to really test that. I would have to I'd put like a whole bunch of tanks, and then hopefully they live, but I don't think they still would live. I think he still would just wreck them anyway. So I think that's all we got right now. I'm actually really excited for this character, and hoping that the event is good so everybody can get him. Even at A, I think he's going to be good boss carry. Just boss, though. And PvP, if you want to just go for that in general. So, and again, PvE-wise, as far as going into challenge, I think there's better characters in the game to do that. As you can see, his special is very linear. He just literally goes straight up in the air and then knocks back whoever's in the front. So if you get lucky, maybe you hit 1 or 2 people, but you're not going to get much push. He's not going to push across the field, so no Oki, no side advantage or nothing like that. His fireball, when he does his fireball, is pretty good. It reminds me of Mad Ryu's fireball, but he can't spam it like Mad Ryu. So there's that. So that's all I got. So hopefully everything is good, and hopefully this answers the question on should you summon. I think you should, at least to get one and mess around with it. I think he's going to be really strong even at A, just like Monster Hunter Ken is and Bison. So there's that. There's not many characters in the game that are going to be really strong just as an A. But remember, we got 50 of these tickets, but it looks like you don't necessarily get like character stuff on that. You just get like resources and things like that, but you have a chance to actually get Akuma. So I know people probably gonna make a big deal out of it, but I really do hope that they have the whole, like after like 20, like 13 or 20 or something like that, everybody gets the character, because I want everybody to get the character because I think he's awesome. I see no complaint in that. I don't know why people complain about free stuff. Like, oh my god, it's just like, oh my, it's like this no gacha, but like, Do you guys realize the world actively right now, every country is trying to make rules so this stuff is not like gambling anymore? What you're essentially wanting to have happen is you want gambling, which these games literally can't have. Companies and like Google Play is like literally pushing for all that type of stuff to go away. Like, you're just not supposed to be gambling and stuff, which is what gacha is, but governments are actively trying to get rid of that. So when you're arguing that the company is basically allowing you to get something for simply playing the game, you're arguing, I want my gambling, when that's legally illegal. like I've never, like, it is the dumbest argument I've ever seen in gaming right now, when people really be like pitchforking that type of stuff. It's not really gambling. That's like, I feel like, what do you feel? That you want to be spending $1,000 to get the character? Like, stop it. Just stop. I'll catch you guys next video. Peace. Thank you, Legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.